and welcome to episode 3 of the Good Omens News podcast, which will be the last of what we're calling the recap episodes. There is a lot to go over today, including the clips of David Tennant giving very open-ended answers about the ending of Good Omens 3, a more in-depth look at the theories and evidence for the behind-the-scenes photos, the change in photo colour scheme, and the photo of a suspicious wig resembling the one in the flashbacks. Also, I'm sorry, I meant to put this out yesterday, but I got distracted, as so often happens. First, I'm going to talk about the clips from interviews with David Tennant. There are a few, and I can't find the source, but luckily, my hyperfixation on Good Omens has served me well. The important bits of the interviews were, it is an ending. It might not be the ending you want, but it is an ending. And a variation of that, where he said that it might not be an ending that you deem acceptable, but it is a good ending. The third clip is the one I had to learn grammar for, a job I usually leave to my editors. Thanks, guys. In the clip, he says, whether they spend eternity or not together. Notice that the or not isn't questioning whether or not it's them together. It's whether it is for eternity. Personally, I don't want them to become human, and I don't think they will, as if they did it would negate the whole point of demon/angel romance. Anyways, about hair colour, the interviews were with backgrounds or lighting so we couldn't tell, but it kind of did have a reddish tint to it. The next thing, which I put out a non-detailed short about, are the behind-the-scenes photos from the bookshop set I mentioned at the end of last episode. There's been a lot of theorising about these photos, so I'm going to note some of the important details. It could be because he mentioned he can't see very well in them, but David Tennant wasn't wearing his snake eye contact lenses, and we couldn't see his snake tattoo in the photos. Of course, people have pointed out it could be a rehearsal, but again, if this means they are human, I'll be very annoyed, to say the least. The next thing that a lot of people have mentioned is Michael Sheen's hair, which looks more like Crowley hair dyed blonde than Aziraphale hair, which some have noted looks like Book Aziraphale. Also, give Crowley back his hair gel, Aziraphale. Along with the theme of looking like each other, in some photos David Tennant isn't wearing what Crowley normally wears, and he's wearing a waistcoat, which is more Aziraphale than Crowley, and Aziraphale has his shirt sleeves rolled up in the blurry inside the bookshop photos. The scene could be a flashback, as in a couple of photos Aziraphale and Crowley are talking. Unless they are filming backwards, which admittedly does happen in most if not all productions, they film out of order. That's not going on at the moment. They are not talking to each other. Also, the Metatron is there, so I don't know what that's about. He best not ruin their eternity together, I swear to someone. The second to last thing is the change in photo styles. You remember the black and white photos I was talking about? Yep, there's a red one now. You still can't tell what colour his hair is, although we all know by now because of the behind-the-scenes pictures. Some people have been changing them to black and white to help out, which is quite funny. Anyway, there is absolutely no doubt that they know what they are doing, and what they are doing is taunting us. The final thing, I promise, that I'm going to talk about is the wig that has been posted on social media by Stevie Smith Makeup, which looks like the Garden of Eden / Noah's Ark wig. It was posted as being for Crowley, so that means we know that we're probably going to get some flashbacks at some point in the film. An emergency addition, I'm breaking my promises again, I just saw the one show and David Tennant's hair is very red and people are suspicious now because I was jumping around my bedroom because Crowley. So that's all for the recap episodes. From now on, there will be short episodes whenever something new happens and longer recap episodes every week or 2 weeks depending on how much news there is. Thank you to Elise and Lily for grammar and moral support and to Apple for the function for hiding Twitter and Instagram on my phone. Thank you for listening and I'll see you whenever we get updates.